you so much for staying here with us. Joining us this afternoon is a Sundance Award-winning producer and creative industrialist. As a co-founder and CEO of Fatherland, she leads a creative powerhouse from Africa, shaping the future of film, television, and digital content. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome to the show this afternoon, Funmbi Ogunbanwo.
Hi.
Hello, Funmbi.
Hi.
How are you?
Really good,
You look good. It's so good to have you
so
here.
Much. And you as well. Thank you.
What about me?
Sorry, you look good as well.
Thank you very much.
OJ, why are you jealous?
I just had to do that. Thank you for coming once again.
Of course.
Why are you telling the African story? Why?
Why not, I guess, is the question, right? When I lived in Lagos, I've lived in Lagos most of my life. Went to school in England, came back to Lagos, tried moving back to England, and then came back again to Lagos. So it's my experience, and it's the experience of myself and like my partners, Wale and Aki. And for us, like, we're just trying to create stories that are around the people and the subject matters that we all know and we grew up with, and then do it in such a way that it's elevated for a global audience to see. So,
interesting.
yeah.
It's good that you have even mentioned your partners, because when I was reading your bio and I was reading the profile and everything, I got to understand that there is a movie that is going to be at the Cannes Festival, and it's the first one from Nigeria. So when you were explaining, it wasn't as if anything that had Nigerian in it had not been, you know, showcased there. But this time around, it is something that actually happened right here in Nigeria, in Lagos. Okay, so you want to hint on that and tell us, how excited are you about this, the process that went into this? Yeah,
so I mean, I think when we started making My Father's Shadow, which is what the film is called, we started shooting last year, February 2024, thereabouts. And we shot for about 5-6 weeks until about April 10th, 2024. So when we got the announcement, April 10th, 2025, that we had been selected for the Cannes Film Festival, we didn't really set out to be the first Nigerian film. We just wanted to make good work, that's all. We just wanted to tell like the story and do it well. And hearing the news, April 10th, 2025, it was phenomenal. It was amazing. It really was it was a very humbling feeling as well, because when you're a filmmaker, a producer, director, writer, you're just focused on what is in front of you, you know, and we really wouldn't have been able to sort of get the kind of support and success that we've had if we didn't have our partners who believed in us and like took a chance on us as well, you know. So like, we're here almost as like a representation to other storytellers from the continent, from Nigeria, that it's possible, you know, and that's, I think, what it means for us, you know. Again, this story was shot in Lagos and in Ibadan. It's a story that is truly Nigerian, and every sense of the word. There's Yoruba in the story, there's Pidgin in the story, you know. And what I'm most proud of as well is that a majority of the crew that put the film together and brought it to life are also Nigerian. You have over 80% of the crew that are Nigerian. So it's amazing.
I'd like to just ask that what are the criteria of having your movie showcased at the Cannes Film Festival?
I mean, you have to ask like the selection committee, to be very honest.
Because I know that when it comes to Oscars, it comes to Grammy, there are things that people follow.
Language,
yes, they can say language, they can say that this one is not fit enough and all that. So what was that thing that differentiates your work?
I think with the selection committee at the Cannes, and like most other festivals as well, most big festivals as well, there is just the embodiment of the story and how the story seems to touch on subject matter that is relevant, how it's topical.
Like the 1993 election?
Exactly, you know. And then also like other things in terms of just production quality and like production value, like how was it shot? What's the cinematography like? You know, what are the performances like as well? Like, you know, Shokwe Dirisu, who plays our lead, is an amazing, outstanding performer. And his co-leads, Godwin and Chibuke Egbo, who are young boys who have never acted in their lives before. This is their first time on the screen before, and we just street casted them for this film. And they just sort of took on that role of brothers, you know, and, you know, played the son to Shokwe as well. And I think just the combination of the talent the production value, the story. I think those are the things that the selection committee looks for, but you have to ask them. To be more specific.
Now, break it down. I know you don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but let us know what The Father's Shadow is all about, and of course, getting Shokpe. In case you guys don't know who Shokpe is, the bad guy in Gangs of Lagos, Gangs of London. Gangs of London. So tell us, what is The Father's Shadow? What is the story all about?
So My Father's Shadow, My Father's Shadow.
Yeah,
My Father's Shadow. I mean, I can't say too much, but it's a story about a father who, you know, goes on a journey with his 2 boys, trying to earn a living and like trying to get his wages, you know, and is faced with so many hurdles in the process of just trying to do that and fend for his family. That's pretty much what it is. It's the everyday middle class like story, you know, which is why I think a lot of people can relate with it, because it's a universal theme. You know, we live in Nigeria, we live in Lagos, we know what we're going through, you know, so I think, but if you take that story and you set it in another country, in another place, another time, people can also identify with it as well. So yeah.
Why Shokpe?
Honestly, I think, you know, when Akin and Wale was the writer, Akin co-wrote and directed it. And I think when they both, I had seen Shokpe's work personally, and they both had a conversation just saying, you know, I think this is the guy. When I saw his look, because I was also familiar with his work, I was like, yeah, absolutely. He fits for Folarin. Like he's phenomenal. Like he's a brilliant talent. And this was his first like Nigerian production as well. Yeah. So just also bring him back home and set him in a space where he connects as well to where he's from. I think it was our own privilege, but I know that it was something that also meant something special and unique for him as well. So yeah.
Oh wow, well done. I'd like to just get into your thoughts, into your head, and see what. I just want to, because yes, as a co-founder of Fatherland, and then all the things that you have done, and the things that you look forward to doing, and the things that you still have in the pipeline.
That's a loaded question. Loaded question.
I want to know, how do you think?
I want to know.
What's your thought process like?
About which one exactly? What do you want me to answer?
Like, okay, I have to get this done. All the things I've done, I don't have to rest on my oars. We have to still do this.
I think, for one, I feel very privileged and grateful to be in a position to be telling stories.
Okay.
I feel blessed that I'm able to do it with people that I care about, people that I love, people that I respect, and people who are true and pure and have integrity. And I don't take that for granted. The work is only just starting. So as a co-founder and as a CEO, I'm constantly juggling both the operations aspect and the business aspect of running a company. I'm running a company in Nigeria. Let me just say that. Girl. Okay. And then also at the same time, you know, finding the stories and the talent, because we have incredible talents in Nigeria and also across the continent, and even guys that are in the diaspora, you know, who are looking to connect home. We have incredible talent, and we just want to be, Fatherland just wants to be at the forefront of saying to those talents, we can do it, like it's possible. You know, we will craft the story, we will make something that is so special that the world sees and understands who we are as people. So I always say that for us as Fatherland, we are really at the epicenter of redefining the African narrative and doing it both on the micro level and also on the macro level as well.
Well done.
Okay, so after the festival, do we get to see this?
Oh yeah, of course. We're going to do a screening.
Streaming platform or?
It's going to be on a streaming platform called Funmbi, but we're also going to do a screening in Lagos for sure, definitely.
All right, fantastic. Well done. We want to say a very big thank you to you for coming on the show today and for letting us into all of this.
Thank you so much. This set is amazing, you guys.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. And that is with our guest.